Hello friends, Corey Williams here from Daydream Studios, and today we are going to do something fun and creative because I have nothing to do today, which is rare and fantastic. So I thought it would be fun to create a beatbox machine with my face. I'm going to use my face and turn it into a beatbox machine inside Unreal Engine 5. Now, this can do many other things outside of create a beatbox machine. I can control the world. I can move the sun with my eyebrows. I can manipulate objects just by opening and closing my mouth. There's many different things. I think, 64 different options that I can do. But today I'm going to make a beatbox machine out of my face using Unreal Engine 5. So let's get into it. Here we are. Let's see on the right side. Yes, everything's looking good here. I'm not prepared. I'm just kind of like going. So I just opened up the Unreal Engine launcher. I'm going to do this in 5.4. I could do this in Unreal 5.5, but this is where I'm at. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go to film, video, live events, and I'm going to click on blank. And then I'll just call this, let's see, beatbox machine. And I guess I'll do ray tracing, and I'll start with starter content because why not? Like, you know, I don't plan to make anything totally crazy, but I'd like to have some basic shapes. So I think that's all we're going to need. Yeah, sure. All right, and create. All right, while that's going, I got to think about like what it is I want to do. Basically, I'm just going to be using my iPhone, using simple Apple ARKit and Live Link Face, which is free if you have an iPhone. You can just get it on the App Store. Again, Live Link Face. Connect this up to your computer. I'm not going to give you a tutorial on exactly how to do that right now because there's plenty of tutorials online, and it's a little more complicated to have to do that. It's not really complicated. It's complicated for me to show you that because then I'd have to like record my phone, and that's just not something I feel like doing right now. So here we go. Got it. Okay. So here we are. First thing we're going to do is let's create our beatbox machine. So I also want to make sure that Unreal Engine's Live Link and Apple ARKit are enabled. And this is why I went into the virtual production tab and then created a blank. But just to verify in case you're following along and you're like, wait, this isn't working. This might solve your problem. So Live Link, this should be ticked. There it is. Sweet. And ARKit. And there it is right there. A little thing is ticked. We're good. Safe. All right. So now we're going to create our beatbox blueprint. So I'm going to go down to the content drawer. I'm going to go just on the top of the content drawer. That's fine. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to blueprint class. Sorry, I'm not going to slow down for this. I'm just going to go fast, but I'm recording it so you can rewind. I'm going to go to actor, and then I'm going to call it BP for blueprint underscore beatbox machine. If you're following along, you can call it whatever you'd like. Does not matter what your name is, but follow a standard naming convention. That's a good thing to do. So I just grab the tab and I drag the tab onto the top so it all stays here. We can see it bigger and better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a simple shape. I guess we can bring in a box since it's a beatbox. So we're going to go to add and let's go down to cube. There's our cube. That's fine. We can call it cube. It doesn't really matter. And let's bring it above this line instead of having it in the middle. I mean, I guess we could leave it in the middle. You know what? We'll leave it in the middle. I was just going to grab it and move it up, but we'll just leave it in the middle. Cool. We've got our cube. I think for now, that's all we're going to bring in for this beatbox. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the event graph tab. Now that we're there, I'll just delete everything here. Maybe later I'll probably need event tick, but we'll see. And I'm going to create some variables. Variables are telling the system what it is that we are talking about specifically. A variable also could be like a thing up here, like this cube is a variable. It is a thing that we are talking about. So what I want to talk about is I want to talk about my phone, and I want to talk about the plugin that we are going to be using to get the data out of the phone to control the cube and whatever it does, and whatever sounds are made by the movements of our mouths. So I'm going to go compile that. So let's create a new variable. So down here it says variables. There's a little plus sign. Click that. I'm going to call first one live link underscore face underscore subject, like that, right? And then under Boolean, I'm going to change this. I'll just call it live link name. There it is, the live link subject name. I guess you could type live link subject, whatever, but just do that. And then I'm going to make it public. What this little thing means is that when I take this BP underscore beatbox machine and I put it into the world, on the side, in the world outliner, you'll actually see where you can select your phone. This allows you later on to be able to connect several phones. So let's say your friend is over and you both want to do beatboxes with your phones. You could. Your friend could be on there and you could be on there, as long as you have two separate instances of that same blueprint. So it's a really neat thing you can do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say compile. Good. Next thing we need to do is we need to get the data from the phone. Like obviously we said that the live link face subject is the phone. That is the phone itself. Which phone are we talking about? Now I need to basically say, hey, I need the plugin to take that data out of that phone. So let's go ahead and create a new variable. And we're going to call that live link data. Like that. And then we're going to change this little thing here on the side. Just click on that. Yeah. And then live link data. And we're just going to go for the live link basic blueprint data, like super basic, right? Basic. Yeah, basic. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Great. Okay, so we got that. Now let's go ahead and pull this stuff in. So a blueprint, for those of you who don't know, is basically just a to-do list. It's a sheet, and actors are the actors in this play that you're putting on, I guess you could say, right? And so we're going to kind of act like these are other characters in our performance. So let's say, hey, live link face subj, our phone. Here's our phone. Yes, get that guy. Okay, there's that guy. Hey, you, I need to know what you are all about, sir. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a full evaluation on who you are. So go live link evaluate frame. So let's evaluate what we've got in this frame. We're going to evaluate you. Okay, what's your role? What is your role, sir? Well, my role is, what is the data that we're trying to get here? Remember this data down here says live link base. We're going to say, oh, my role is just a base. I'm just a base role. There we go, base role. All right, so let's do the full data analysis. Hey, how are we going to get this data? How do we know what to pull this data from? Because here, listen, you've got a live link face subj. This is an iPhone, but iPhones aren't the only things that give live link data. Sometimes it could be a motion capture suit, and surely an iPhone, which is reading your face, is going to be different than a suit reading the movements of your body. So what I want is to know what data that phone is sending into Unreal. So here we've got this, the data result. So we're going to go ahead and from this data result pane, I'll just drag it straight out and I'll say set live link data. And because we have already created our variable, I'll just click that and it automatically will set that up for us. How nice is that? Great, we've got that. So now what we need to do is we're going to bring in that other thing I deleted earlier, which I realized I needed. Usually I do this stuff on an animation blueprint, and so we do it differently. But in this case, since I'm just doing it very simple, I'm going to go like this. All right, I'm going to go event tick, and that's just bringing back a box that I deleted earlier when there was like 3 boxes they weren't highlighted. I'm just going to put that on there. What event tick is like the computer is going to check every like fast, like every frame it's going to check. Is this happening? Is this happening? Is this happening? All right, and then we're going to go ahead and compile. Okay, so we've got this, right? What do we want to do? First thing we need to do is we need to make sure that this is going to work. I know it's going to work. I mean, I do this stuff all the time, so let's make sure this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to say, what do I want to say? I want to say, get live link data. Wait, get brain. Get live link data there because it was set before. So now we want to get it, right? And then get property value. And what property value is, okay, we have the data, it is on a sheet, right? There's a long sheet, and on this sheet of paper is all of it's like a report that's been filed, right? Because it was set right up here. So now let's get that report. Under the line inside this report, I want to find the line that says, in here on my phone, which is really fantastic that this is here. I'm going to go to live link face, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bunch of, no, you can't really see it. Well, see all these little lines here? These are all words, and there's little numbers. That's the data that's being fed into Unreal Engine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my face data, and apply it to that. So what I need specifically is my jaw. So if I look, I'm gonna like, okay, which one is that? Ah, there it is, jaw open. That's all I'm doing. It's when I open my jaw. And so I'm gonna type into the property name, jaw open. And then right next to where it says jaw open, I know, I'm sorry, you can't see it. What next to there's a like a zeros, decimal point. There's a number that's constantly fluctuating and changing based on the data that's coming from your face that the phone reads. And I want to use that data to control something in the world. So we know it's jaw open. On the phone, it says capital J, lowercase AW, capital O, P-E-N. I have to figure out how to spell it. But the way that it's actually written inside Unreal Engine, you never start something with a capital letter. With Apple ARKit. It's like a weird thing. So what we're going to do is we're actually, for property name, we're going to go lowercase j, jaw, and then capital open, but no spaces. And that's it. Lowercase jaw, capital O, open, no spaces, no underscores. So that's what it's got. It says, oh, okay, I'll get that property name. What do you need from it? Boolean is basically going to say, is there a number attached to it, or is it just a zero? If there's more than a zero, then it means it's true. If there's a zero, it means it's false. But that's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is the value. And the value is that decimal point. It goes from total 0 to 1. So now that we know that the 1 is full open and 0 is not at all, we're going to affect that. So what we need to do for this, let's make the cube rotate when the jaw opens. Just make this standard cube rotate a certain amount when the jaw opens, right? So let's go like this. We're going to go from here, and then we're going to create what's called a map range. Map range, right? Clamped. What this means is there's an equivalent value. So even though the values coming from the phone are only 0 to 1, the rotation value of the thing we want to rotate is going from like 0 to 90 degrees, right? So it makes sense as we go. But you're just converting what that means. And so it's using math. So it's like conversion rate, like when you're doing anything with money in a different country, it's the same thing. You're just converting differently. So here we go. Map range is 0 to 1. That's the map in that's coming in from that property value. And the map out is the conversion rate. So if we're going to rotate this cube on the x-axis, which is going to be like this, right? Slowly, it's like, this way. We're going to say from 0 to 90. So it's going to go from 0 to 90 degree rotation. So just a 90 degree rotation. Just like that. You can rotate it on however you want. You could even say, oh, actually, I want it to start at 150 and then go to 170. You can be whatever it is, but yeah, it's just conversions. Cool, we got that. So now what we need to do is say, hey, engine, what I want to do is I want to rotate that cube. So what I need to do is I need to get the cube. So let's grab that cube. So I'm gonna grab this, get the cube, there it is. And now I'm gonna say, set rotation. So we can just say set relative rotation. Keeps it simple. We'll just connect this over here from the live link data. And I know this stuff down here isn't connected yet, but it will be in just a moment. But we'll just take a look at what we got here. And I'm going to take this little pin right here because I don't want to control all three of these values all at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a split struct pen. So click that, and there we go. Now we've got the three values. But remember, we just want to do the roll, the X, right? That's what we're going to rotate. So now we're going to just select this little value that we've created from our map range with that conversion, and just going to select it and put it right there to the roll. Guess what, friends? I mean, for the most part, if everything works out fine, which I'm sure it will, we should be able to just rotate that box with our mouths. And that's simple, easy peasy. All right, so that's the simple explanation for how this works. And let's drag it into our world here. So I'm going to go back to the main. And now here I'm going to grab our little box and just set it in the middle like this. Let's bring it up so we can see it, right? And let's make sure that my face on my phone is connected over here. So on the right, let me hide my face over here. Yeah, there we go. Let's expand this out. So right over here, because I made it the public value, remember that little eyeball that we selected right down here? This eyeball is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and go there, and you can see my name. So now my phone is the subject that is going to control this. So guess what happens when we press play? Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, hang on. You gotta see this in real time. There you go. See how that works? I could just be talking, the cube's just gonna move on its own. But yeah, this is the roll. So right here, we can make it roll, do as much as we want. Now, that's just a very simple thing. We could even, if I wanted to like move the sun, I could do that, you know, the value of the sun. And you know what, we'll do that later. We're making a beatbox here. All right, so go ahead and stop that. So I just hit play, and then it just works, right? So that's the simplest thing. Now, imagine that little tiny thing that we just did. You can do with sound and particle effects and the world and other characters. You can play games. You could do Flappy Bird with your face. You could use your eyebrows to make Flappy Bird work. You can make characters move around. Could you imagine playing Fortnite like, I mean, I don't think you can do that. You can't do that because you can't use your iPhone with Fortnite. But the point is, like, you could create entire games and have input systems based on your facial expressions. Like, it's crazy. So let's just continue. Let's go. Let's find some sounds. So I'm going to go to Epidemic Sound. This is what I use typically for all of my sound stuff. So let's go here and let's type in... oh, you know what? Actually, I have a goat and a surprise from a thing I did earlier. Okay, so let's do the goat. I already have a goat because I was like, what if I did that? So let's grab the goat. I was on a call with my friend Jackie, and I was telling her about how I'm going to do this thing, and I was really excited about it. Let's see, import, and then let's go to, here we go. So yeah, I download, so it's like, what time is it right now? It's 12:33. I downloaded these like 2 hours ago. All right, so let's grab these two things. They're just WAV files, all right? One is a goat, and one is just like a wait, let me hear this again. Let's do it. That's dramatic. Okay, so maybe that's a bit much. Wait, one more time. Yeah, no, that's too much. Let's just do the goat because that's fun. All right, so let's do the goat bleat. I like to do this for naming. Hit F2 to rename, and then go S_goat. You can name it whatever you want. And that's it. S_goat. Cool, save all, good. Now let's go back into the beatbox machine. And we are gonna call a reference to that goat. We could either do it here, or we could just drag the sound straight in. So I'll just drag this straight in. Boom. So now we have the goat sound, right? Let's make sure the goat sound doesn't automatically play. And right over here, it says auto activate. I just put act. I'm going to turn that off so it doesn't just scream at us right away. What I want it to do is I want it to scream after it reaches a certain value, like when the mouth moves at a certain value. So yeah, let's do this. Let's go here, And then I'll take this. Yeah. So this will be all the same. This will make sense. Okay, so I'm going to take this sound and I'll say play the sound. But in order to play the sound, I want my mouth to be open a certain amount. So let's go. Let's go. We're going to create a branch. A branch is basically a yes or a no. So if it is true, then play the sound. If it is not true, do not play the sound. Do nothing. Just do nothing. Right? So what we need to do is we need to create this branch. Like what is that? What is the amount that we need to have? So to do this, I'm going to grab these two things here. I'll just copy them. Actually, real quick, I'm going to select them because it's messy, and I'm this guy. I'll grab these three things here. I'm going to hit Q. Ah, look how pretty that is. See how it makes it nice and straight, that line? My brain likes that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and select these first two here. And then I'm going to paste them right over here just like this. Q, straighten them up. I don't know why I did that. Yeah. Hang on just a second. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. This is my property manager. He's coming in to look at my stuff.
Hello.
Come on in.
We're just looking at this. This is what we're wanting that glass, basically.
Ah, okay. So, property manager's here to just look at some stuff in my office. All right, anyway, so we're going to continue. We're going to take this float data here, and I'm going to say if it is greater than a certain number, then we want that to happen. So I'm going to do greater. If it is greater than whatever that number is, then it's going to make that sound. So let's say if it's greater than 0.5, right? So jaw greater than 0.5, it should work. Let's actually do like 0.7, right? So we got that. Yeah, no problem. Take care. Okay, and then do that. This is going to be funny. This is my first time really like trying this. I've always thought about this. This is like a thing I've always wanted to do. All right, so let's go ahead. We've got that. The sound should play. Friends, I think this is going to work. This is dumb. All right. And I mean, technically, so I realize my audio is like super loud. Well, that's okay. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh. I put the wrong. Hang on. Did I do this wrong here? Hang on. Let's do. Did I do that wrong? 0.7. I think my brain's a little. All right, so you get it. So, but look. So that's what 70% looks like. Okay, so we got that. Okay, I got a huge monitor, so I'm like looking back and forth. So that works. That works. Go ahead and stop this. Obviously, you saw the clip. The thing was rotating. So what else can we do? Like we are going to make the beatbox machine. So what we need to do now, you can rotate it and all do all that stuff, make goat sounds. We need to find some more sounds. So let's think about like what kind of sounds can we make? Epidemic sound. Let's do drum kick. I need a fast one. Just look at these waveforms. It's too slow. Just want simple. It would have been easier if I just created it beforehand. need a short one. Let's just do that one. No. It's too fast. Sorry. Whatever. Let's just use that one just to get it out of the way. Okay, so we got that. Let's go snare. Drum hit. Whatever. Let's take that too. We'll just take a bunch of sounds. Let's just call hit. Let's just do hits, right? Yeah, I should have prepared with this part. It's got to be right up front because I don't want to edit anything because I'm lazy right now. What about punch? Punch. A punch sound. I don't want to like punch. Oof. That sounds... that sounds okay. I know it's like multiple punches. Bell. Because why not? We're going to do all sorts of... This is going to be the worst beatbox ever. I would suggest if you're doing this to prepare, to just prepare before you get started in this stuff. Let's see. Zap. Is there any zap sounds? Fine. Let's just take that one. And let's do... and an animal. Do we have any, like... no, there's not going to be any fast animal sounds. Not that I can see. Well, maybe here. Nah. Okay. Let's use what we have, and then later on we can come back. Right? So let's go ahead and bring those in. I'm going to import, and then I'll just grab those other sounds that we have, which are those. So 5. I think that's good. And I mean, I could name them, but I showed you how to name them. You should name them S_, but for the sake of time, just pretend I've just named them all properly. So let's go ahead, go back to our drum machine, and let's... Oops, don't want that. No. I hate that thing. All right, we're going to go to this, and let's bring those in now. So we got all these guys, yep, and just drag them straight in. Good. I'm going to select all of those, and back over here, just make sure auto activate is turned off. It's nice that I still have that selected in there. I don't need to really mess with anything else. Great, and good. Save. Now that we've got that, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same process. But what I'm going to do is instead of like, you know, constantly having to go through and make a long, I don't want to make it like a super long line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sequence of events. So this is going to scan through really quickly, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just grab all this stuff. I'm going to just move it over like this. And then from here, I'm going to say sequence. Good. And that's automatically starting. So it's going to say this, then this, and this, and that, and that. And it's just checking. It's constantly going through a check very quickly. Remember this thing where it's like check, 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 check. It's just going to go through these checklists. It's also just a really nice way to keep it all sort of together. So we've got 5 more sounds. So we're going to create 5 more thens, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And it's really, to save us some time, we can just select these just like that. And then I go 1, 2, move it down a little bit, 3, 4, and 5. Cool. There's probably faster ways to do this, but hey, this is what I'm doing now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and drag this, then 1 to there, then 2 to the next one, then 3, and then 4, and the last one, then 5, right there. Obviously, it looks a little messy. What you can do here, this is a really nice little trick. You can just double click on that wire there and then just bring it down so it gets out of the way of other things, so that later on, if you need to go back and look at something, you can follow the line a little bit easier. There's also the ability to turn these into functions. Like you can control them, create buttons that can just be functions, so they don't have to be all messy. Super helpful to do. But yeah, like I said, today I'm just not. I'm being a little bit lazy in that sense. But look up functions if you want to learn how to do things a little more easier to follow, I guess. Check out functions. That's fine. That looks good enough. I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do eyebrows up, I think. So boom, boom, boom. I want like a sound for that. So I'm looking back down at my phone. And again, just like I took the jaw open values, I'm going to look at the different values for eyebrows. So for eyebrows, if I go, where is it? Oh, brow inner up. I could just do that. Yeah, so I'll do brow inner up. So let's do that. So for this one here, we're going to go lowercase brow, inner up. And the inner and up both capitalized on the first letters. Great. And then same thing. Well, I don't know if we're going to rotate the cube. I don't think we need to. But why not? Why not rotate it, to the side or whatever? So let's do that. So I'll just switch this from 90 degrees on the Y, or the X, to 90 degrees on the Y. Right? So if I raise my eyebrows, the cube is going to rotate. I could also use my head to rotate the cube if I wanted to, but we're just going to do it let's just keep it simple here. But you can, again, take the live link data and you can actually find rotate head. So you could do head yaw. Yeah, well, let's just do it. No. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. No, I was going to, but no, it doesn't really matter to do that. Okay, so let's do that. And so we got brow inner up. There we go. And then for this one, instead of 0.7, let's just do 0.5 for the value of which that sound needs to hit. And then for goat here, I'm just going to take off goat and I'm going to put in the first one. That's fine, whatever it is. So that long name, that's just a mess. Great. So that one's done. Let's do the next one. Continuing on. And we don't even have to do like the rotation of the cube if we didn't want to. Like this is just a thing, an added little thing. That'll be fun. Okay, so next one, jaw open. Let's do like mouth right, or mouth right. I'm gonna try and think what other things can I do. I guess I could do head yaw. So let's do head yaw, and This is going to be negative values. This is going to be positive values. So 0 to 1, map range in 0 to 1. Let's go. This one is map range 0 to -1, because if I turn this way, I'm going into the minuses. And we're going to do 90 degrees, but you know what? 90 degrees on. Let's take this one off. Since this is going to be a head yaw, let's actually turn the cube on the yaw. Minus 90 degrees to mimic the head. Whatever, that's fine. This is going to be a mess. All right, and then let's get rid of this, and let's bring in the second one. That'll be the bell, so bang. It's not really how beatboxes work. Beatbox, you don't move your head. There's different ways to move your mouth. You know what? Let's just move on. I know you're probably hopefully starting to understand exactly what's happening here. I'm just quickly putting in the sounds so I don't have to keep trying to remember which one is the next one. There's a thud. And there's this one. Let's just drag that there. That sounds good. All right, cool. Man, I realize my audio here is so loud. Again, I'm looking and I see my audio is going high, but I don't want to adjust it. It's already too late. So I apologize for how loud I am in advance or in the middle of things. Okay, so we've got inner brow up. We got head yaw. Let's do head yaw again. So head yaw, but this time instead of being on the minuses, we're going to go positive. So I'm going to leave that map range right there where it's at with a plus. And then we're going to go same thing here with the plus. So instead of going minuses, we're going on the plus side. And let's take this off and we'll change this back over to the head Z rotation. Cool. And mouth open. Oh, I got to do head yaw. Head yaw. And if it is greater than, oh yeah. So here is different because I have to go greater than instead of less than because it's in the minuses for this one specifically. So greater than. I could be wrong on this one, by the way. And let's go minus 0.5. Minus 0.5. Great. And then this one, let's do 0.5. I think this is right. The minuses and that part is probably going to be wrong. I'll call that out now. Let's see. Head yaw. We got that. Okay, so we got head yaw. Okay, minus. Everything is good up there. That's what we want. And then also it's Z rotation. Yep. Okay, good. So let's do the last ones here. We've already got jaw open. Let's do blink. We'll go eye blink left. I think it's just eye blink left. Yeah. And then eye blink right. And then kind of the same thing, but you know what? In this sense right here, we'll rotate the cube differently. Or we don't even have to rotate the cube. We can change the scale of the cube. Let's do that. Like randomly the cube's scale will change. So let's do that. Let's go cube scale relative 3D scale, right? And then just go connect that back up to there. We connect that back over to there. And then let's struct pen. And then we'll say 90. No, we don't want to do 90. Let's do it's going to grow to 2. So it'll grow 2 on the Z axis whenever I blink on my left side. Oh my gosh. That's how it's going to be. I'm going to look crazy. All right, cool. We got that. So, and then this is going to be eye blink left. So eye blink left. Cool. And then let's do 0.5. That's fine. I blink right. We'll do the same thing here where we're going to take the relative 3D. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Do that, connect that across, connect that to there, and then connect that to there. And then this one, the last one was Z. Let's do X. So that way it's like this way and then this way. Because like if it was back and forth Y, you wouldn't notice the change as much. So let's do this way and this way. If I close both, the whole cube is just going to get big. And then same thing, we'll change this to 2. Right? And then I blink right. I blink right. Yep, and then change that to 0.5. All right, friends, I think we got it. Let's see what happens. This is going to be chaos. You ready? Okay, here we go. Whoa. Okay, let's find out why the cube disappeared. Because, all right, there's certain things I feel like we just did not need. So, maybe let's get rid of the head. I guess it doesn't really, honestly, it doesn't even matter if the cube is there. You could do whatever you want. I think I overloaded the cube maybe a little bit, but like you technically don't even need this first value. So let's go relative scale. I wonder if that's where it got caught up, is in the relative scale. We can skip these. So technically I could go like this and double click and then just drag this up and then connect it right across, and see how it just like skipped that. So let's skip the head yaw for now. Skip that like that. There you go. Let's see if that worked. Nope, so it wasn't that. Okay, so I can just undo. It's the scale. Okay, so my scale, that like as fun and silly as this was, I think this is maybe a little bit too much. So let's go 0.1 on both of these, and that might work. Or not at all. Actually, okay, we'll just skip the bottom ones. That one is just a silly thing anyway. All right. We'll just skip that. Because later on, if we wanted to add something, we could. There, now it'll work. Okay. Okay, so we noticed that there's no rotation happening. I think the rotation must be one of them can control it at each given time. So it's almost like, yeah, it's just too much. Set relative. Oh. Okay, no. Here's what we need to do. So we need to take this and we're gonna say, okay, this one here is gonna set. Oh, we can just take this up here. Let's go. Wait. This is going to make sense in a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to set this across. And then I'm going to delete this one. Oops, not all the way. Oh, yeah, all the way. I guess so. Let's put a little thing here. That's why I like to put those there. And then let's just delete that. And put this all the way across. Oops. This is so fun, man. I love Unreal Engine. I just love doing this dumb stuff. It's like, why not? Like, why? Like, we should just sometimes do dumb stuff. Like, I make silly crocodile videos all the time, and I love silly crocodile, but sometimes I love doing other dumb things too. And this is one of them. Like, just for the sake of why not? All right, we've got that. So now what we should do is we are going to say, Then we're going to set the transform data from this. Oh, wait, no, undo. So no, what we'll do actually is we'll go back to cube, right? This might be wrong, but this might be right. We'll see. Let's grab the cube and then set transform. What this is everything. This is the relative transform. This is all of its stuff. So set relative transform. That's all the data here. So I'm going to struct pen, and then again we'll struct pen on this, and then we're going to struct pen on the scale. So now that we have all of those values, these are the rotational values, these are the scale, how big it is values, also the where it is in 3D space. I can go here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab these values from back over here and say, hey, this first one was the the roll. This one is going to be was this the yaw? No. This one's going to be the yeah. That and then this one here. Oh, this one's going to be difficult. That's right. This one's going to be difficult because this one is taking the positive or negative value. So this one. Here's what we'll do. We're going to go here. I'm going to just grab that. Actually, I'll grab that one and I'll grab this one. Those don't need those. And what I'm going to do just for the head on this, because it goes from a minus and a positive value, whereas the other ones only go to a positive value, I'm just going to drag this back and I'm going to say, paste it here. Another map range, right? I know this is starting to look messy. Sorry, I'll apologize for this. And I'm going to say, okay, well, my head yaw value I know goes from a minus 0 to a 1. So let's go minus 1 to positive 1. Does that make sense? There you go. So it goes from a minus 1 to a positive 1. So our out range will be 90 to minus 90. Or vice versa, the other way around. But whatever, I don't care. We can figure it out later. So now we're going to take that, and now we can apply that. And so what's happening is it's not constantly overriding the rotation data, because before, the only reason it was showing up as one of them as a rotation value is because the other ones after would be like, this one is 0, this one is 0, and this one is 90. Yeah, but this one is 90 and this one is 90, this is 0. So only one of those would be true at any given time. But this combines them all into one time where it tells the cube what to do. If that makes sense. So let's see if this theory is correct. And it looks like this is the correct way because Whee! All right, let's do some more fun. Let's do some more fun, shall we? Okay, what else can we do, Corey? What other fun? Let's make fire. Let's make fire happen. Fire. All right, not first. Fire. And I'm going to grab this little fire. No, better. Explosion. Explosion. I'm going to grab this explosion here. Just drag that straight in. And I'll make sure that, again, this is not auto-activating. Remember that button over there? This is act. I just put an act. I'm going to select that there, compile. And if I... What makes the fire? What do you think? Like a... Maybe if I pucker? Okay. Sure. So let's go like this, and then I'll come down here. This is so dumb. I love it. Oh, actually, to save myself some time, I'm just going to grab this first one here. Yep, and I'm going to save just this part. Hang on. Actually, I don't need to add a sound because explosion sound technically will probably already have an explosion to it, unless I need to add that explosive. And I don't think I do, because it's already built into this particle system. So let's go with this here. No. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to drag this. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to paste it down here. Wait, I already did that? Oh, no, this is one that was from earlier. Oh, I'll just borrow that one. All right, so let's undo. I'm going to grab this one here. And pucker, I know, is just capital or lowercase pucker, right? Unless it's mouth pucker. Oh, yeah, mouth pucker. That's right. So I have to go underscore mouth, or not, lowercase mouth, capital pucker. There we go. Cool. We got mouth pucker. So if I go, that's going to be an explosion. Okay. And in range is 0 to 1. Out range is, actually, I don't need ranges, because for a mouth pucker, if I just want it to be like, if I am puckering, I want it to explode. That's it. But I want it after a certain amount. So what I'm going to do is the same thing. Lesser than. I think that's what we used last time, right? And let's go 0.5 and branch. And this branch is a yes or no question. Is it happening or is it not happening? Take this little thing back and just drag it back there. That's fine. This is looking real messy. All right, whatever. So we got that. Okay, so now that we've got that, if I pucker a certain amount and it reads more than that, then the explosion is going to happen. So I'm going to drag in this, and then I'm going to say activate. And this will activate the explosion. And where does the explosion happen? Right in the middle of the cube. But let's make it in front of the cube so we can see it better. Yeah. And that's it. That's all we got to do. And the sound should play on its own, assuming this, the only thing that might be is this here. But let's see. All right, let's check it. Oh, there he goes. So it was the other way around. So that's what happened. Okay, and also there was no sound, as you could hear. All right, so it was actually the greater than, which just should have made sense. Greater than, there we go. Equals there. There we go. Good. 5. Okay, now we also need that explosion sound because, yeah. So let's grab the explosion sound. Explosion is already here. Which one do we like? I'll just take this one. Actually, there's a blueprint, the explosion blueprint. Let's just grab that. You can grab blueprints inside of blueprints, which is really super handy. So I'm just going to grab that blueprint. I'll get rid of the old explosion. So here's the blueprint explosion effect. Now, the reason I'm dragging this in is because that actually does contain the, it does contain the explosion sound. There we go. Okay. Activate. There we go. Same thing. It's just called activate. And I believe with the blueprint here, again, act, it should be, come on, brain. Okay. It might go off on its own, but we'll see. Okay, let's check. Yeah. Yeah, this way I don't like this way. Using this blueprint is not actually good. I mean, there probably is a way to do it. Just right now, I'm like, no. All right, so let's just go ahead and bring in the blueprint sound. We're just going to do it manually. Do it here. Okay, so there we go. It's the same thing. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to play sound. Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. No, I don't want to read about it. I meant to grab the sound. So where's the sound at? I did just grab the sound and drag it in, didn't I? Oh, explosion. Play sound. Play. Wait, that was the sound, wasn't it? Why did that not play? That should, if I drag it out. Oh, just play. Okay. I was thinking play sound for some reason. There we go. And also, again, make sure that this is an autoplay. So act. There we go. It's the opposite thing. Did I do that again? Oh, did it? Greater. I think wait. Did I not do that right? Wait. My brain is. Which did I do up here? This value. Greater or equal to. There we go. Some things I still kind of struggle with, as you can tell. All right. Interesting, though. Look at how the explosion is happening after my mouth stops doing that. But it's kind of working. It's kind of working. Activate. Yeah, that should be playing. It should all be like working at the same time. Well, you see, you can see it. It's working. It's working. It's not perfect. All right, that's my human beatbox tutorial on just being able to like move and manipulate and do many dumb things. That's incredibly hard. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Corey Williams from Daydream Studios. Hope you enjoyed this fun little whatever this was. I'll see you in the next one later.